So welcome to this webinar. Today we will introduce AVL methods for ADAS and autonomous driving development with a special focus on efficiency and time saving while keeping quality of results at the highest level. Therefore, ensuring that perceived comfort and safety meet the customer expectations. Let me introduce myself. I am Valerio Castelli. I'm the skill team leader in ADAS and vehicle integration in AVL Italy. I have a master's degree in mechanical engineering, and I joined AVL Italy 2 years ago. I have more than 16 years of diverse automotive experience. And today we will briefly discuss about us, AVL. We will discuss about autonomous driving and ADAS product areas, ADAS and autonomous driving features implementation with a typical roadmap and validation approaches. We will discuss about AVL development methods with a focus on efficiency and user experience. And then we will summarize everything in the end. Let's discuss briefly about us. AVL is the world's largest independent technology partner for the development, simulation, and testing of powertrain systems, as well as innovative autonomous solution concepts. And AVL is increasingly taking on new tasks in the field of assisted and autonomous driving. The company is represented in 26 countries. It employs more than 11,000 people. And what's most important to me is that 10% of its turnover is invested in in-house R&D. In Italy, AVL is located in Turin and Reggio Emilia, where the new technical center was created in 2017. Let's now discuss about autonomous driving and ADAS product areas. We divide the autonomous driving and ADAS products into 3 areas. One area is system design, calibration, and testing services. It includes target settings, features, integration, performance, optimization, verification, and validation. Another area is tailored software and controls development, which includes also disciplines such as functional safety and cybersecurity. The third area includes tools and methods for development and testing. The first and third areas are the ones we will focus on during this presentation mainly. Let's now discuss about ADAS features and validation approaches. Well, ADAS is driven by different objectives. One is the market demand, which translates into NCAP testing with approximately 450 test runs on proving ground. Another one is OEM-specific validation and market differentiation. And in this case, the number of test cases and testing environments depends on the OEM strategy. And of course, another objective is legislation. For instance, the type approval homologation can lead to a number of test runs that is simply impossible to perform in the proving ground or in the real world. And therefore, virtual validation is becoming a must. Furthermore, the upcoming legislation for AD certification can lead to up to 300 million test kilometers between virtual proving ground and real world. This poses the question how to reduce the efforts to a manageable level. Let's go more into detail. A conventional verification approach includes several scenarios, which are then translated into test cases. Not all of them are critical or critical in the same way. Let's say that there are different levels of criticality. With that said, all of those test cases must be executed or simulated, which results in a very high number of test cases whose coverage may not be optimized. AVL verification methodology is different to the conventional approach shown before. Key to this methodology is the creation of multi-dimensional KPI models based on captured data. Such models are analyzed in order to identify the most critical test cases, which in turn leads to the definition of performance targets. This leads to a fundamental benefit. The number of test cases is reduced compared to a traditional approach while ensuring the maximum coverage. Let's now talk about methods for optimized efficiency and user experience. Well, in the previous slide, we briefly introduced AVL's verification methodology. This is made possible by the test case generator, and it is the first step to the optimized approach to ADAS and AD development. Data can be taken from different sources and road statistics. For instance, how demanding a certain road is for a specific feature. And such data feed the automatic test generator, which uses optimization metrics for each scenario based on KPIs and extracts a list of test cases, ensuring maximum coverage while reducing the effort to the minimum possible level. Such test cases can be then executed in physical testing, virtual testing, or simulation. As we said, test cases can be executed at different levels of virtualization. We believe that 100% coverage can only be ensured by means of a good combination of simulation, virtual testing, and proving ground testing. Key to this approach is the correlation of results, which can be ensured by using consistent methodologies and tools. So speaking about methods, let's start with the simulation methodologies. We believe that ensuring flexibility in combining different tools, including third-party, is very important. Therefore, AVL developed Model Connect, which allows for a seamless integration of different tools. AVL methods include a variety of tools. For instance, vehicle dynamic simulation through AVL VSM, sensor simulation with different degrees of complexity from functional models to physical models, where AVL takes part in several initiatives too. AVL Drive Autonomous for objective evaluation of ADAS and AD features. We will talk briefly about the approach at the base of AVL Drive Autonomous in a specific slide. AVL Cameo for design of experiment and optimization of test cases. AVL specific control software, and of course the AVL test case generator. Speaking about the next level of virtualization, here is an example of vehicle in the loop, which is called AVL Driving Cube. The AVL Driving Cube combines both simulation and ready-to-drive vehicles on a chassis dynamometer and or on a powertrain testbed. It basically paves a new way to speed up the validation and approval process of ADAS and AD systems. And its holistic sensor simulation or stimulation and full range of steering ability bring the proving ground to the testbed. Therefore, using fully automated scenario-based testing increases the test coverage while reducing the test effort. Reproducible and safe conditions at vehicle level give you the confidence to speed up your approval process even further. I should also mention that we are conducting studies on how to use virtually generated datasets that can be used to train neural networks for autonomous driving while limiting as much as possible the necessity for real-world testing. This is important also in a second phase to understand how neural networks interpret synthetic images. Speaking about real-world testing or test track testing, many of you may know about AVL Drive. It is a tool for objective drivability assessment and development, and it is well recognized as a standard all over the world. AVL Drive Autonomous applies the same principle that made AVL Drive so widely used in the automotive world to the ADAS and AD development and validation. Standout features are real-time measurements with objective ratings delivered continuously while assessing, automated maneuver recognition, and automatic report generation. Here is an example of real-world study that AVL has used to ensure customer satisfaction across several markets. As you know, customers' expectation may differ depending on the market. And for instance, a customer living in Arizona, for instance, is used to low traffic density, wide roads, and is on average quite comfort-oriented. On the other hand, a customer living in Asia may be used to high traffic density, short distances, and very active driving style. In this particular case, the first task was capturing the ideal driving behavior for the specific market. This was made possible via the automatic maneuver detection built in AVL Drive Autonomous. Maneuvers are divided into several clusters, and each of them consists of several cases. For instance, follow maneuvers when the ego vehicle and the target object front vehicle, also known as TOF vehicle, stay in the same lane. TOF maneuvers when the TOF vehicle executes a longitudinal or lateral variation of velocity, such as cut in, cut out, and so on. Ego is basically the same but applied to the ego vehicle. And then lateral and free lane maneuvers such as corner entry, corner exit, etc. For each maneuver, Drive Autonomous was used to calculate more than 100 parameters on average. When it comes to test track and real-world testing, each phase requires a certain time to be executed. However, for each test phase, there are methods allowing for increased efficiency, which in turn leads to the engineers being more focused on the results, while repetitive tasks, for instance, are executed automatically. As we said previously, the preparation of the test plan is made more efficient while allowing for the maximum possible coverage through the automatic test case generation. Vehicle preparation and equipment is also made easier through AVL's Drive Autonomous hardware and software tools, which takes little effort for the setup. Test case execution is made more efficient as AVL Drive Autonomous automatically detects maneuvers and provides real-time evaluation. There is no longer need for a co-driver, for instance. All the recorded data are made available at the level of detail that may vary from customer perception ratings to KPIs to single signals and parameters time histories. And automatic reports are generated, which also adds to the consistency of the presentation of the results. Let's now take a look at the fleet monitoring service, which is again executed using AVL Drive Autonomous and Mireo fleet monitoring system. First of all, why is this service needed? Well, because there is an immense amount of testing and scenario coverage to be completed, and there is a demand for time-saving approaches and scenario collection with assessment. The AVL approach consists of automated logging and evaluation of geo-tagged fleet data. We can execute real-world testing, including comprehensive fleet test analysis. Some of the key features are a geotagged view of areas with points of interest, markers, statistics, data like fleet utilization, road types, mileage, event distribution. Data and results parameters are transmitted over the air. An optimization of test routes is also possible, and also country-specific analysis and optimization is possible. And data can be shown based on, for instance, domain, such as highways, tunnels, city roads, etc. Dynamic driving task, for instance, longitudinal control, lateral control, and performance, such as violation versus target. Together with Drive Autonomous, AVL proposes other tools for testing in the vehicle. One of the most recent is the AVL SMS, Smart Mobile Solutions, which allows the execution of test cases while providing driver guidance and real-time feedback to the driver, whether a certain test is a pass or a fail. And it does so by using a smartphone or tablet connected to a PC. This allows for time-saving and resources optimization, as there is no longer need for a co-driver, and the results can be downloaded by the engineer for further analysis at the end of the test session. Automatic reporting is also included as a feature. Finally, the AVL Smart ADAS Analyzer is a tool that supports test engineers in efficiently planning, analyzing, and reporting NCAP active safety tests. It is compatible with all kinds of equipment, such as steering robots from several suppliers, and it includes a complete scenario database, allows for instant test validation and view of the results, and it also includes an advanced analysis and report generator. In a summary, first of all, increasing number of tests poses a lot of challenges. How to keep the effort to a manageable level while ensuring the quality of results, hence customer satisfaction. AVL approach starts from the definition of the test cases. The automatic test case generator uses optimization metrics to make a selection of the most critical test cases while still ensuring the widest possible coverage. Testing and verification. Drive Autonomous allows for time saving in test execution, applies to different levels of virtualization, ensuring consistency of the results, and provides KPI-based evaluation and automatic reporting in order to speed up the analysis of data and decision-making. Customer ratings are provided as well as all the objective KPIs, and deeper level of analysis is always possible. For instance, raw data are always available. Validation. Drive Autonomous can be installed in several vehicles for fleet data analysis, and AVL's fleet monitoring service allows for a wide variety of statistical evaluations. Automatic maneuver recognition facilitates the identification of violations against target. And finally, NCAP and homologation AVL Smart ADAS Analyzer boosts the NCAP and homologation testing efficiency. So thank you for joining. I hope you have a wonderful day.